All right, all right. Happy Monday to you guys. Welcome to Mount Polumbus Speaks. We've got some odds and ends to get to tonight, and then obviously we're going to focus on the Game 5 matchup, Denver Nuggets versus Oklahoma City, the importance of that game. I've got some thoughts. In my opinion, it absolutely is a must-win game that will define the outcome of this series. But before we get to all that, there was a handful of nuggets that came out with, no pun intended, and it didn't mean to use the word nuggets, handful of pieces of information that came out with NFL news today, specifically with the Denver Broncos. So the Broncos are going to play in London this year. We all thought the Broncos are going to be playing in Germany. That has changed. Learned something interesting about why the Broncos are not playing in Germany. Did the Colts throw a fit about playing the Broncos? Sounds like they might have. The Broncos will also be facing off against the Chiefs on Christmas Day. I love that as a fan. It will be in the evening, so it will be in prime time. Chiefs versus Broncos, division rivalry on Christmas Day. That will be awesome as a fan. I would freaking hate it as a player. I'll tell you why a little bit later. And then stupid NBA. Come on, stupid NBA. You thought the Luka Doncic trade to the Lakers wasn't rigged. You thought the NBA wasn't behind that. You thought the NBA wasn't going to reward Dallas. Dallas ends up with the number one pick in the lottery, and Nico Harrison saves his job because he's going to be able to land Cooper Flagg. We'll talk about all that tonight. But before we dig into it, I do need to take a quick second here to give a shout out to my sponsor, Safeway. So grateful to my friends over at Safeway. I could not do this podcast without them. They've been an incredible partner of mine. And I got to tell you guys that you're missing out if you don't have the Safeway app on your phone. Download it today. They make it super easy. You can save a boatload of money. Skip the delivery service apps that are out there. Order directly from Safeway, and you're going to save a boatload of money. Believe me, you will not regret it. Safeway's got incredible food, fresh foods, local flavors. They cut their fruit fresh in store every single day. They make it super easy to order. They save my order. I make the same order every week. I add on 3 or 4 different items. Takes me 4.5 minutes before I bat my eye. Safeway has collected all that food and delivered it directly to my doorstep at incredible prices with incredible food. They cut their fruit fresh in store every single day, and you can really taste the difference in comparison to their competitors. So make sure you download that Safeway app today. Safeway Fresh Foods, local flavors. Okay. Where do we want to start tonight? Let's start with the Christmas Day news that dropped about the Denver Broncos facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs. Listen, this will be cool as a fan, no doubt about it. By the time you get to the evening, most of us have wrapped up our Christmas festivities and we're done with our family affairs. You're ready to wind down and enjoy some football anyways. NFL decided to take on Christmas Day last year, and they are not going back. Sorry, NBA. The NFL now owns Christmas Day, and they've put an incredible matchup on in prime time between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a really cool honor for the Broncos to be able to play in that game. That is a primetime game. Means that the Broncos, means that the NFL thinks that the Broncos are going to be relevant because clearly they would not want to put a matchup against the Chiefs in late December as you're getting ready for the playoffs in prime time there, unless the NFL believed in Bo Nix and Sean Payton and what the Broncos have been doing in the offseason. I got into it a little bit with some folks on Twitter today because I said something along the lines, if I was a player, I would hate it. They're like, oh, boo-hoo, you poor millionaires that got to play a game on Christmas Day. Hey, newsflash. Turns out that football players, NFL players, they love their kids as well. Turns out football players, they like to be with their families. So would I like it as a player? No, I'd freaking hate it. Are you kidding me? Got to be away from my family on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. This isn't a boo-hoo for NFL players. I get it. Nobody feels bad for them. I'm just giving you the reality of it. On Christmas Eve, you got to be away because you got to go stay at the team hotel. Why am I getting my words wick so much today? Sorry. I speak in a microphone for a living. You'd think I'd be better at this. You got to stay at the team hotel on Saturday nights, usually. This will be the night before Christmas. And so you're away from your family on Christmas Eve. Wake up in the morning. Everybody likes to do gifts with the kids. And you won't be able to do that either because you'll be at the team hotel getting ready for the game. Okay, nobody cares about the rich millionaires. I get it. I'm just giving you the perspective of the player. It's not fun. We've got families too. We love our families. We love our kids. And we like to be with our families on holidays. Crazy thought, I know. Oh, well, NFL certainly does not care about the players. And I'm sure the majority of fans do not care about the players either. So if you're like me, I'm now just a fan. I'm no longer a player. I don't have to worry about being away from my kids. And I'm just going to enjoy what I hope is an incredible matchup between the Broncos and the Chiefs on Christmas Day. Another piece of information that dropped for the Broncos today is that the Broncos are not going to be playing in Germany. That's what we thought was going to be happening. We thought that the Broncos are going to be facing off against the Colts in Germany. It felt like it was a done deal. Sean Payton had said it was his preference to play in Germany rather than London this year. Damani Leach had spoken on it. And I was like 99.99% positive the Broncos were going to be playing in Germany this year. Well, turns out the Colts don't want to play the Broncos, and the Colts they threw a hissy fit about it. So NFL teams own the rights to different areas of the world. It's a weird deal. The Denver Broncos own the rights to Mexico. Mexico City is a huge deal for the Denver Broncos, so the Broncos own the rights to Mexico. The Colts own the rights to Germany. Colts apparently are still crying nanny nanny boo boo about Peyton Manning coming to the Broncos, and they did not want to have to face off against the Broncos over in Germany, so they threw a hissy fit to the NFL, and they got their way. Colts will not face off against the Broncos. Instead, the Broncos are still going across the pond in what looks like will be a Week 4 matchup against the New York Jets. They will be playing in London. I haven't been to London. I haven't been to Germany. I'd love to go to either one of those. So if anybody's got a business that wants to sponsor Altitude Sports Radio to go on over to London to watch this game and broadcast from over there, hit me up. I'll connect you with my boss. I'd love to go on over there. Maybe you just want to sponsor Mount Polumbus Speaks to go on over there. I'll do it as a solo individual. Happy to represent. I would love to go over to London. I probably would have preferred to go to Germany. I don't know why. I don't think of England as a foreign country. It doesn't feel like a foreign country. Just feels like an extension of America. But I'd still love to go see it, and it'll be cool. Again, as a player, no thanks. No thank you. I don't want to go across the pond. I don't want to go to Germany. I don't want to go to London. I don't want to have to get on a plane for 12 hours. I don't want to have to disrupt my normal rhythm of the season. I don't want to do it. Players hate it. I don't even know if fans really love it. I know it's a big deal for the NFL to make a bunch of money, and clearly they're going to go anywhere that they can make money, but players hate it. You get on a plane for a long time. You got to deal with the time zone change. Then you come back, and you just hope and pray that you get a bye week on the other side of it. It would be early in the season for the Broncos to get a bye week, so I'm not even sure if the Broncos would want a bye week on the backside of it. I know as a fan, I don't enjoy watching those early morning games. I know a lot of people do. They love waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, turning on the TV, and having NFL games to watch on a Sunday morning. I think it's weird. I think it's always hard to get into the energy of it. Weird things happen in those games. You're facing off against the lowly Jets, a team that you should beat down, and you probably will. But players do not enjoy it. Do they enjoy the vacation? Sure. Do they enjoy getting out there to be able to see some things for a couple days that they normally would not? Yeah, sure, they'll enjoy it once they're sent over there. But from a body perspective, and that is our machine, that is how we make money, you can't tell me it's good for our body to get on a plane and go deal with time zone change. Fortunately, as a player, That's the one thing I never had to do. I never had to go play in an international game, and I was grateful that I didn't. I'm telling you that it's one of the first things that players look at when the schedule comes out. Do you have to go play an international game? And when you don't draw that international game, you take a deep breath and you say, thank you. I don't want to do that. We'll see what happens with the Broncos. We know Sean Payton loves the Greenbrier. He's got some East Coast games. Maybe they've got two kind of out-of-whack trips this year. They might do the Greenbrier stay again if they get back-to-back East Coast games. And then they've got the London game. And then they've got Christmas Day. So it's just a lot of weird scheduling quirks for the players that fans don't care about. I get it. Boo-hoo. Poor millionaires. Just giving you the reality of the situation from how players feel of it. Okay, before I get to the Nuggets, one other piece of information I wanted to get to. Frickin' NBA. Are you kidding me? Seriously. Are you kidding me? How the hell does Nico Harrison get bailed out of his job that he does not deserve to keep with the Dallas Mavericks after the worst trade in NBA history, trading away Luka Doncic for AD to the Los Angeles Lakers? The NBA allows the weirdest trade of all time because the TV ratings are going to help out there in LA with Luka in LA. And then Dallas wins the lottery. The Dallas Mavericks win the lottery, and they get the right to select Cooper Flagg. Nico gets to save his job because he's going to select Cooper Flagg. That'll buy him some time, and the fan base will quickly forget that Luka is gone now that they've got Cooper Flagg. It's so stupid. It's so impossible that it would have happened that I actually am buying into the conspiracy. I think the NBA rigged this thing. I seriously do. I think the NBA rewarded the Dallas Mavericks for doing them a solid and trading Luka to the Los Angeles Lakers. I saw a tweet that said that the odds of the top three in the NBA draft being Dallas, San Antonio, and Philadelphia in that order was 0.0114%. 0.0114%. Let that sink in. Yeah, I'm so sure that they just so happened to pull the Mavericks ball. I'm so sure that they just so happened to get San Antonio a number 2 pick. Philadelphia ends up at the number 3. Boy, that worked out convenient for the NBA. Stupid. Oh well. All right, Nuggets and OKC. You would have told me a week ago that the Nuggets would be sitting there facing off against Oklahoma City 2-2. After 4 games, they'd be tied 2-2. I'd take it. Yeah, I'd take it in a heartbeat. A lot of people thought this series was going to be a 4 or 5 game series, obviously in favor of the Thunder, not the Nuggets. So you won one on the road, you won one at home, you dropped one on the road, you dropped one at home. It sucks because the Nuggets should have frickin' won game 4. It sucks because the Nuggets should be up 3-1 on a better basketball team. Oklahoma City is a better basketball team. They're a much deeper basketball team. And the Nuggets are going to have to play with their depth in game 5 if they're going to win it. Look, is game 5 a literal make or break? No, clearly it's not. It's a 7-game series, and you just got to win 2 out of the last 3. So it's actually a 3-game series now. Got to find a way to win 2 games. And obviously, if you drop game 5, it's not over. But I think mentally it is. I do. I don't know this. I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of the Nuggets players right now. I've been on teams that weren't supposed to go as far as they did. You weren't a very good team. Something bad happened at the end of the year. I'm not saying the Nuggets aren't a good team. They're a great team. But with all the turnover and all the change that the Nuggets had, nobody was really expecting the Nuggets to go on a run here in the playoffs. You fired the GM, you fired the coach, and sometimes when you get put in that position, you're just waiting for affirmation of why you're going to lose. And you know Oklahoma City is a much deeper basketball team than you. You know that they're probably a better basketball team than you. And if you lose game 5, to me, that's going to be the mental affirmation that the Nuggets needed that, yeah, this wasn't our year anyways. We fired our GM. We fired our head coach. You win game 5, I think the Nuggets win the series because I think that gives them the mental affirmation they need. Hey, we can actually upset a team that's better than us. You lose game 5. You're coming off a heartbreaker at home that you had a lead in the fourth quarter. Shoot, when the Nuggets took the lead in the third quarter in game 4, and that arena was going nuts, I didn't think they were looking back. I thought they were going to run away with that thing. And you had the lead in the fourth. You should have won the game. Neither team played particularly well. You could have been up 3-1, and you could have had your foot on their throat. But you didn't. And now you're in dangerous territory mentally. Mentally, what are we going to be affirmed with? Are we going to be affirmed with positive affirmations or negative affirmations after Game 5? Game 5, in my opinion, is the make-or-break game of this series. Whoever wins Game 5 probably wins the series. And now for David Adelman, he's going to be in tricky territory because these guys are tired, man. Nikola Jokic is tired. You can see it. It's obvious to everybody. And Adelman's got to find a way to manage minutes because he's got to win a 7-game series. So does he want to go balls to the wall in Game 5 to win it? Does he want to play these guys the entire game? Does he want to only play a 7-man rotation? He probably needs to play the younger guys to save some minutes, to save the legs of the vets, because they got to win 2 more games, not just 1. So where do you find that line? How do you walk that line as a head coach? You don't particularly trust your bench. You know Oklahoma City's got a deeper bench, but you know Nikola's tired. AG's tired. Jamal's tired. Michael Porter, you never know what version of Michael Porter is going to show up. You got one really good game out of Michael Porter Jr., and you've got a handful of really crappy games out of Michael Porter Jr. So do you trust Strawther? Do you go to the bench a little bit more? Do you tell Julian Strawther, you got to fire? We want you out there shooting. Don't play cautious. Or do you just play your guys? You play your dogs every single minute you possibly can, and you tell them to suck it up, man, because we got to win Game 5. I think you got to play the younger guys early, and you just got to cross your fingers and hope and pray that they contribute so that you don't have to put the vets back out on the court. But if the younger players are not contributing at a high level, yeah, I probably do whatever the hell I got to do to win the game. And if I got to play Nikola Jokic every minute of the second half, I don't want to because I got to win another game after this. But I'll do what I got to do because I really think the Game 5 is that important. Game 5 is going to make or break this series for the Denver Nuggets. Can't wait to watch it. It's been a really fun series. The Nuggets have already done more than I thought they would in the playoffs. And now, here's the scary part. You get past Oklahoma City, who's going to stop you then? Right? So we just got to get through these next 3 games. You got to find a way to win 2 out of 3 games. And I honestly think the Denver Nuggets have a really good chance of winning a championship without a GM and without a head coach. They've got a great chance of winning a championship if they could just get past Oklahoma City. So win Game 5. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. If you have not subscribed to Mount Polumbus Speaks, I know the majority of you are watching on X right now. Hit that link in my bio on X. Go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. Number 1, you'd be supporting me, and I'd be appreciative of that. But number 2, you'd make sure that you don't miss out on any of my content that lives uniquely on the YouTube platform. I do put out content only over there. You don't want to miss that. I'm really trying to help that channel grow. So if you want to just do me a solid, you appreciate what I do here on Mount Polumbus Speaks, Hit like and comment on that video on YouTube. It does wonders for the algorithm, specifically if you do it after the video is done. That really does wonders for the algorithm. So if you're a Tier 1 supporter, Mount Polumbus Speaks, thank you. If you could do that for me, I'd be grateful. Shout out to Safeway as always. Make sure you download the Safeway app and make sure that you're getting ready for Memorial Day weekend over at Safeway. Fire up the grill with fresh T-bone steak, sweet corn on the cob, and juicy watermelon slices. Get started at Safeway.com or in the Safeway app. All right, I'll be back with you guys for a live watch along tomorrow night.